Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Have you ever said to yourself, I wish I would have been paid better? I wish my partner would understand me a little bit better. Or I wish I was born in a different environment. Do you notice something in common here? What's common is that someone is unhappy about their circumstances. But what do you notice? You notice that all the things that he has complained is something out of his control, external factors. Now tonight, I want to share with you what are my thoughts. Why are people falling into this kind of trap? Why are people not believing in themselves? But first, let me start with what is bad. It's bad when you don't think you can do it. It's well said by Dr. John Maxwell, a leadership guru. He said that people are always eager to improve or change their circumstances, but they are always not eager to change themselves. They therefore remain bound, and that is sad. But what's worse than that? It's worse when you start to say, I think, that's what I deserve. That pay is really what I deserve. Maybe it's normal for people to not understand each other in a relationship. Or maybe it's just my fate. I'm not worth it. I'm born unlucky. That's why I am in this situation. It's worse when you accept mediocrity as part of your life. Today, now, if you embrace this kind of thought, I promise you one thing. One day, you will die. But the day before you die, you will have flashbacks of your life. You will get to see that when you were young, you dream of changing the world. But when you grow up, you scrap that idea and you wanted to change your country instead. That didn't happen. So you changed your idea and said, I want to change my town. Didn't happen either. And last but not least, you tell yourself, I want to change my family. Also, not happen. But then at the end, you will start to realize that if you just have the courage to change yourself, you would have changed your family. And when you change your family could have changed the town that you live in. When you change the town that you live in, it will inspire your country to follow the example, and you would have changed your country. And last but not least, when you manage to change your country, you will have the chance to change the world. Now, one thing that I want to share is that people lack this self-belief. They lack this self-belief that they cannot do the things that they want. And they settle for mediocrity, like I said. When they say, well, it's okay, I didn't do good, but my neighbor was worse. Do you know what that sounds to me in context? It's like both of you jump down from a plane without a parachute, and you're happy that your neighbor, gets to fall first before you. Now that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But in order for you to break this barrier, the most important thing that you need to have is your self-belief. You need to believe that you can do it. See, some of you might be thinking, Ching, you don't understand. I've tried before, and I've tried hard, but it didn't work out. And I'm scared that I don't have the ability to do it anymore. Now, let me tell you what I'm scared. I'm not scared that you don't have the ability to do it. What I'm scared is that you don't have the confidence in yourself to believe you. What I'm scared is that you don't have the commitment to improve yourself. Have you heard of the flea experiment? You know, in nature, flea can jump up to 100 times of their body height. So that's about 20 cm in real life. If you were to put them in a jar, naturally they will be able to jump up. But if you were to put a lid on top, when there's a flea inside, at first you will hear the fleas banging the lid. But after a while, it stops. And then that's when you take out the lid and you will see the flea refusing or being conditioned that if they jump too high, it will hurt them. And for the rest of their life, they will stay in that jump. Your past experience might have molded you into who you are today. But your past experience is not a projection of who you can be in the future. It's important that you believe that you can do it. Now, in conclusion, the most important thing, like I've stressed just now, is your self-belief. If you want to change yourself, you need to start believing that you can do it. And you have to not accept mediocrity in your life. I hope my speech tonight have made sense to some of you. Some of you who would have been thinking that it's impossible. Some of you who have been thinking that it's not worth it. I personally believe that all of you have have that in you to achieve what you want. And with that, back to you.
Thank you. Commendable speech.